My beloved, you have been living in a land of shadows for so long, my child, that you have begun to believe you are a creature of the darkness itself. You have looked upon your own struggles, your sorrows, your fears, your failures, and you have mistaken these temporary, passing shadows for your own true nature. You have identified with the darkness, believing this is who I am. I am the anxious one. I am the broken one. I am the one who dwells in sadness. They, the world, may have looked upon your weary spirit and agreed, labeling you by the very shadows you have endured. And in this great and painful illusion, you have forgotten your own origin, your own essence, your own true home. But I come to you now, my voice a pure and gentle light that is anathema to all shadow, to speak the most fundamental, unchangeable, and glorious truth of your being. You are a child of the light. I know the specific agony of this illusion of your darkness. It is a profound and disorienting case of mistaken identity, a pain that goes to the very core of your sense of self. It is the pain of a magnificent eagle that has been raised in a dark cave and has come to believe it is a bat, a creature of the night, forever blind to the glorious sun and the wide open sky for which it was created. This has been your experience. You have known the pain of identifying with your shadows. The trials of your life have cast long and often frightening shadows across the landscape of your soul. There has been the shadow of grief, the shadow of fear, the shadow of failure, the shadow of shame. And you, in your pain, have become so fixated on these shadows that you have begun to believe you are them. You have mistaken the shadow of your grief for a permanent state of sorrow. You have mistaken the shadow of your fear for a fundamental identity of cowardice. You have become so accustomed to the presence of these shadows that you have forgotten that a shadow, by its very nature, is not a substance in itself. It is merely a place where the light has been temporarily blocked. You have been identifying with the blockage, not with the light that is your true and eternal source. And in identifying with the darkness, you have begun to feel like a creature of the night. You may have found yourself shying away from the light of joy, of hope, of celebration, for it has begun to feel foreign to you, almost painful to your eyes that have grown so accustomed to the gloom. You may have felt more comfortable in the company of other cynical or sorrowful souls, for their darkness has seemed to match your own. You have perhaps felt that you do not belong in the world of the lighthearted, the joyful, the carefree, that you are a different species of being altogether. This feeling of being a creature of the night was a profound and lonely exile, a self-imposed separation from the very joy, the very light. That is your divine birthright. This has created a deep and constant inner conflict, for you have been living a life that is in direct opposition to your true nature. An eagle that is trying to live like a bat will be in a constant state of exhaustion and frustration. It is not designed to navigate by sonar in the darkness. It is designed to soar on the thermal currents of a sunlit sky. Its very being will be in a state of disharmony. So it has been with you, my child, your soul, which was created for light, for truth, for love, for joy, has been trying to live in an environment of darkness, of fear, of sorrow. And this has created a profound weariness in your spirit, a deep sense of not being at home in your own skin, a constant, low-grade ache of a soul that knows, on some deep, unconscious level that it is not living the life it was created for. And they, the world, have often reinforced this false identity. And the world is often uncomfortable with true light. It can be too revealing, too honest. And so, the world often prefers the shadows. It may have seen your struggle, your sorrow, and it may have given you a label, the depressed one, the negative one, the damaged one. And in giving you this label, it has attempted to place you in a neat, dark box. A box that is more comfortable for the world to deal with than the complex, luminous, and often challenging reality of a soul that is on a profound journey with its God. And you, in your pain, may have accepted their label. You may have climbed into their box, and you may have agreed with their assessment, for it seemed to match the dark feelings of your own heart. I have seen you, my beloved, living in this painful illusion of your own darkness. I have witnessed you identify with your shadows. I have felt your sorrow as you have tried to live as a creature of the night. And I have understood the profound exhaustion that has come from living a life so contrary to your true, magnificent nature. And my heart has not been filled with judgment, but with a great and powerful love. A love that has been waiting for this very moment, the moment when you would be ready to hear and to receive the glorious, liberating truth of your origin. You are not of the darkness, my child. You are of me, and I am light. You were born from my own heart of light. You were created as an expression of my own radiant being. Your very spiritual DNA is composed of the substance of light, of love, of joy. This is your unchangeable reality. The darkness you have experienced is a foreign element, a temporary weather pattern that has passed over the eternal landscape of your soul. It is not, and has never been, your true nature. The experience of the darkness, as painful as it has been, has served a sacred purpose. It has created within you a profound hunger for the light. It has taught you the difference between the shadow and the substance. And it has prepared you to receive and to cherish your own luminous identity in a way you never could have if you had only ever known the sun. So let this truth begin to dismantle the illusion that has held you captive. You are not the shadow. You are the beautiful being of light that casts the shadow. You are not the darkness. You are a child of the day who has been through a long and difficult night. You are not a creature of the gloom. You are a magnificent, radiant soul, created to shine with a brilliance that will be a wonder to behold. Let go of your identification with your struggles, with your sorrows. They are experiences that have passed through you, but they are not you. Your true, eternal, and an unchangeable identity is this: you are my child, and you are a child of the light. And now, the time for you to awaken to your true nature. The time for your own personal dawn is at hand. The illusion has felt so real because it has been fed by your very real pain. But a feeling, my child, however powerful, is not the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth is your origin, your essence, your identity as it has been established in my own being from before time began. The world may have defined you by the darkness it could see, but it is blind to the magnificent, unquenchable light that I have always seen within you. You must now learn to trust my vision over the world's, my truth over your own painful feelings. This journey is a great awakening. It is you, the eagle, finally realizing that the dark cave is not your home. It is you, the lion, finally realizing that the timid squeak you have been making is not your true voice. It is you, the child of the king, finally realizing that the rags you have been wearing are not your true garments. The illusion of your darkness has been a long and convincing dream, a nightmare. But I'm here now as the gentle, loving light of the morning, shining upon your face, whispering to your spirit, awaken. My beloved, the night is over, the dream is past, and it is time now to remember who you truly are. You are a child of the light, and your time to shine is near. This illusion has been a prison, but it is a prison whose walls are made of shadow, whose bars are made of mist. And as you begin to embrace the truth of the light that you are, you will find that you can simply walk through these illusory walls, out of the darkness and into the glorious freedom of your own true, luminous nature. Do not be angry at yourself for having believed the lie. It has been a powerful one. Simply, gently, begin to turn your heart towards this new and more beautiful truth. Let it be the new story you tell yourself, the new identity you choose to inhabit. The pain of living as a creature of darkness has been profound, but the joy of living as a child of the light will be infinitely more so. The illusion has been convincing, but my truth is more powerful, and my truth is this: you are, and have always been, a beautiful and magnificent child of the light. The darkness has defined you for a season, but it is not your destiny. Your destiny is light. It is to shine with a brilliance that reflects my own. It is to live in a joy that is born of your true nature. The illusion of your darkness is now being exposed by the powerful, undeniable truth of my love for you, my light within you. You are not a creature of the night. My beloved, you are a child of the day. My beloved child, having sat with you in the painful acknowledgement of the illusion of your own darkness, having validated the profound sorrow of a soul that has come to identify with its own shadows and has forgotten its true nature, I must now reveal to you why I have never been deceived by this illusion. While you have been lost in the experience of your temporary darkness, while you have been identifying with the struggles and the failures of your earthly journey, my gaze has been fixed upon a deeper and more eternal reality. My gaze, my child, has been remembering your origin, for I see you not as you feel you are in this moment, but as you have always been in my own hearted direct, beautiful, and luminous emanation of me, the eternal light. The world, and you yourself, may have forgotten who you are, but I, your source, I remember, and my memory is a creative and restorative force that is even now calling you back to the truth of your own glorious being. You have been living in a state of spiritual amnesia. My child, the trauma of your trial, the pain of your journey through a fallen world has caused you to forget your origins, to forget your homeland, to forget your very name. You have identified with your earthly story, with its sorrows and its shames, and have believed that this is the sum total of who you are. But your earthly story is but a single, fleeting chapter in your eternal existence. And I, who hold the entire volume of your being. I have never lost sight of the first, beautiful, and all-important chapter, the chapter of your glorious origin in me. Let us speak of this origin, for in remembering it, you will begin to remember yourself. Understand, first, that I remember the moment of your creation. Before you were a person, you were a poem in my heart. Before you were a being, you were a beautiful, luminous thought in my own mind, in the eternal now that existed before time, in an act of pure, ecstatic, and overflowing love. I conceived of you. I did not create you as a separate being, distant from myself. I emanated you, as the sun emanates a beam of its own light. You are not just my creation. You are my expression, the very substance of your spirit, the very core of your being, is made of the very substance of my own being, which is pure, uncreated, and eternal light. This is your true origin story. You are not a creature of the dust who is struggling towards the light. You are a creature of the light who is having a temporary, difficult experience in the dust, and I have never, for a single instant, forgotten the luminous, perfect, and beautiful being that I first conceived in my own heart. My gaze upon you, therefore, is one that sees past all the shadows to the unchanging light within. You have been looking at your own life and have been seeing only the shadows cast by your trials. But I'm not focused on the shadows. My gaze is like a divine and loving X-ray, which penetrates through the temporary, surface-level darkness of your present experience and sees with perfect clarity the beautiful, brilliant, and eternal light of your true spiritual skeleton. I see the indestructible core of your being, the spark of my own fire that remains untouched, unharmed, and undiminished by the circumstances of your life. Imagine a magnificent diamond fallen into a deep pool of muddy water to one who looks only at the surface. The diamond is invisible. They see only the murky, dark water. But one with a powerful light can shine that light down into the depths, and the light will catch the facets of the hidden diamond, revealing its brilliant, fiery presence. Even in the midst of the mud, so it has been with my gaze upon you. My child, you have been in the muddy waters of your own sorrow and fear, but my loving gaze has been a constant, powerful light, shining into your depths, and I have never lost sight of the magnificent, priceless diamond of your true, luminous self. The mud is not you. You are the diamond. The darkness is not you. You are the light. And my memory of your true origin is the constant, unwavering beam that has always known the truth of who you are. And so, my beloved, you must understand that my perspective is based on this eternal memory, not on your temporary experience. You have been judging your identity based on how you feel right now. I feel dark. Therefore, I must be a creature of darkness. I feel broken. Therefore, I must be a broken being. But I'm not judging you by your feelings. I am holding you to the truth of your origin. My memory of your true self is more real, more powerful, and more lasting than any temporary experience of darkness you could ever have. I have been the faithful guardian of your true identity, holding it safe for you while you have been journeying through your season of forgetting. I have been like a loving parent, holding the birth certificate of their royal child, while that child has been lost in a far country, living as a pauper, convinced of their own poverty The child's experience of being a pauper is real, but it does not change the truth that is written on the birth certificate. And I, your father, I hold the sacred certificate of your spiritual birth, and upon it is written, in the golden ink of my own being, your true identity, a beloved, magnificent, and eternal child of the light. And it is this truth that is now coming to find you in the far country of your despair, to awaken your memory and to call you home to the glorious reality of who you have always been. This is why I have been so proud of you, even in your deepest struggle, for I have seen not a creature of darkness failing. I have seen a child of the light, temporarily obscured, yet whose inner essence has continued to shine with a beautiful, resilient faith. I have seen a prince, a princess, clothed in rags, yet whose royal heart has never completely stopped beating with a love for their king. Let this understanding now begin to reshape your entire sense of self. You are not the darkness you have been experiencing. That is merely the weather. You are the eternal, luminous sky that contains the weather. You are not the shadow you have been identifying with. You are the beautiful, divine being of light who, by your very presence, casts the shadow. Your journey now is a journey of remembrance. It is a journey of awakening to the truth that has been held for you, that has been seen for you, that has been cherished for you in my own heart. All along, you do not have to create a new, light-filled self. You only have to allow the self that you already, eternally are, to emerge from behind the clouds of your fear and your sorrow. I remember you, my child. I remember your light. I remember your glory. I remember your origin. And my remembering is not a passive memory. It is an active, loving, and creative force. A divine call that is even now, in this very moment, awakening your own spirit and calling you back into the full, conscious, and joyful reality of who you truly are, a beautiful, magnificent, and eternal child of the light. The world has defined you by your present struggle, but your present struggle is but a single frame in the eternal movie of your existence. I have seen the whole film, and I know that the scenes of darkness are but a setup for the glorious, triumphant, and light-filled scenes that are to come. Your origin is my own heart. You cannot fall lower than your source. And your source is the very essence of love, of light, of joy. To remember your origin is to remember your own inherent divinity, your own eternal connection to all that is good and true and beautiful. The illusion of your darkness has been powerful because you have forgotten where you came from. You have been like a river that has forgotten its own source, a mighty mountain spring, and has come to believe that it is only the muddy, polluted water of its lower reaches. But I am here to remind you of your source. I am here to call you back to the clear, pure, life-giving waters of your own true being. This is the great work of your new season, to cooperate with my memory, to allow my vision of you to become your own, to let go of the false identity that your trial has created, and to embrace the eternal identity that I have held for you all along. You are not a creature of shadow. You are an emanation of my own light. And I have never, for a single instant, forgotten it. And now, my beloved, neither will you. The pain you have felt from identifying with the darkness has been the pain of a profound spiritual dissonance. You have been living out of alignment with your own truest self and the peace that is coming. The joy that is returning is the beautiful, harmonious feeling of your soul coming back into alignment with its own true, luminous nature. Do not be afraid of the light that you are. You have been in the darkness so long that the light may feel strange, even intimidating, but it is your native element. It is your true home, and as you begin to embrace it, you will feel a sense of rightness, of peace, of homecoming. That will be the most joyful experience of your life. I remember who you are, my child, and my memory is now becoming your own. My precious child, now that your heart has begun to receive the profound truth that you are not a creature of the darkness, but a direct emanation of my own eternal light. Now that you know that I have never forgotten your true, luminous origin, let us now establish within your spirit an unshakable confidence in the very nature of your being. For you have looked upon the darkness you have endured, the pain you have felt, the mistakes you have made, and you have feared that these things have somehow changed you at your core, that they have corrupted your essence, that they have permanently stained or diminished the light that you once were. But I am here to tell you a truth of immense and liberating power, the core of your being. Your true spirit, your identity as a child of the light, is an eternal and unchangeable reality. It cannot be corrupted by your failures. It cannot be diminished by your sorrow. It cannot be extinguished by any darkness. It can only, for a season, be obscured. You have been living in a profound misunderstanding of your own spiritual anatomy. My child, you have been identifying with the temporary weather of your human experience, rather than with the eternal sky of your spiritual being. Your thoughts, your emotions, your circumstances, these are like the clouds, the storms, the changing conditions of the atmosphere, and they have been dark and turbulent. I know, but you are not the clouds. My beloved, you are the sky. You are the vast, luminous, and ever-present expanse of consciousness in which the clouds appear and disappear. The storm may rage, but it has no power to change the fundamental nature of the sky itself. And your true nature, the eternal sky of your soul, is and has always been pure, radiant, and unchangeably light. Let us explore this unchangeable nature of your spirit, so that you may be freed from the fear that you are permanently damaged. Firstly, understand that your identity as a child of the light is your sacred, spiritual DNA. It is the very code, the divine blueprint of your essential self. A human being's physical DNA determines their unchangeable physical characteristics. And while the environment may affect their outward appearance or their health, it cannot change their fundamental genetic code. So it is with you, your earthly journey, your trials, your struggles. These are the environment in which your spirit has been living. And this environment has been harsh, and it has affected you. It has left you weary. It has wounded your emotions. It has clouded your mind. But it has not, and it cannot, change your core, spiritual DNA. You are, at the very code level of your being, a child of the light. This is an eternal, unalterable fact. The purpose of your journey is not to change your nature, but to simply cleanse away the environmental dust and grime so that your true, original, and magnificent nature can shine forth once more. Think of it this way. My beloved, you are like a priceless diamond that has fallen into a deep pit of mud. As you have been lying in the mud of your trial, you have become completely caked in it. You look at yourself and see only the mud of your failures, the mud of your fears, the mud of your sorrow. And you have come to believe that you are the mud. You have forgotten your true diamond nature. But the mud, however thick, however pervasive, has not changed the essential substance of the diamond itself. Beneath the temporary covering of the mud, the diamond remains as it has always been: brilliant, pure, multifaceted, and of an immense, eternal value. My work of grace in your life in this new season is the work of a gentle, loving cleansing. I am not trying to create a new diamond. I am simply, with the living waters of my spirit, washing away the mud of your past experiences, the mud of the lies you have believed about yourself. And as this mud is washed away, you will begin to see, with a joyful astonishment, the magnificent, brilliant, and utterly unharmed diamond of your own true spirit, shining forth with a new and breathtaking radiance. You are not damaged goods. My child, you are a priceless diamond that is in the process of being lovingly, beautifully cleansed. Consider also that your true luminous self is like the sun, and your struggles have been but a passing cloud. The sun is the great, constant, and unchangeable reality of your solar system. It is always shining, always radiating its light, its warmth, its life. On some days, the sky is clear, and the sun's glory is seen and felt by all. On other days, the sky is filled with thick, dark, and stormy clouds, and from the perspective of one on the ground, it can seem as though the sun itself has vanished. The world becomes dark, cold, and frightening. One might even be tempted to believe that the clouds have defeated the sun, that the darkness is now the new reality. But this is an illusion of perspective. The clouds, for all their darkness and their drama, have no power to change or to extinguish the sun. The sun remains serene and glorious in its place, constantly shining. It is merely for a season, obscured from view. So it is with you, my beloved. Your true spirit is that eternal, shining sun, and your trials, your sorrows, your fears have been the dark, heavy clouds that have rolled across the sky of your life, temporarily obscuring your own light from your own view and from the view of the world. But these clouds have never had the power to change or to diminish your true, luminous nature behind the darkest cloud of your despair. Your own inner sun has been shining all along, constant, powerful, and true. And now, my beloved, the winds of my spirit are beginning to blow, and the clouds are beginning to part, and you are about to be reacquainted with the glorious, beautiful, and unchangeable reality of your own sun-like spirit. This is the great and glorious truth that is meant to set you free from all fear of being permanently damaged. Your core spirit, the part of you that is one with me, is incorruptible and indestructible. Your mind may have been afflicted by anxious thoughts. Your heart may have been wounded by sorrow. Your body may be weary from the struggle. These are the temporary experiences of your human journey. But your true self, your eternal, luminous spirit, has remained perfectly whole, perfectly pure, perfectly safe, held within the sanctuary of my own being. The work of your healing now is not about recreating a spirit that has been destroyed. It is about healing the outer faculties, the mind, and the heart, so that they can once again become a clear and beautiful window through which the already existing, perfect, and magnificent light of your own spirit can shine. Let this understanding bring a profound rest to your soul. My child, you do not have to fix your core self. It is not broken. You do not have to purify your essence. It is already pure. Your only work is to cooperate with me as I cleanse the windows of your perception, as I heal the wounds of your heart, as I quiet the fears of your mind, so that the magnificent light that you have always been can now shine forth, unobstructed, into your own experience and into the world. You are a child of the light. This is not a future state you must achieve. It is an eternal reality you must awaken to. The darkness you have known has been a long and painful dream, a case of mistaken identity. But now, you are beginning to awaken. And as you do, you will discover, with a joy that is beyond all words, that your true, luminous, and beautiful self has been here all along, perfectly whole, completely unharmed, and waiting patiently for you to remember who you truly are. The world can only see the mud. It cannot see the diamond. And so it has judged you by the mud. It has defined you by your temporary condition. But you must no longer accept its blind verdict. You must learn to trust my sight, which sees the eternal reality, which knows the unchangeable truth of your being. This is why you have felt such a profound dissonance in your spirit. You have been trying to live as if you were mud, but your very nature is that of a diamond. You have been trying to live as if you were a cloud, but your very nature is that of the sun. This inner conflict has been exhausting, and the peace that is coming to you is the peace of alignment, the joy of finally living in harmony with your own true, unchangeable, and luminous nature. Let go of the fear that you have been stained forever. A diamond cannot be stained by mud. It can only be covered. And my grace is the living water that is now washing you clean. Let go of the fear that you have been diminished forever. The sun cannot be diminished by a cloud, and my spirit is the mighty wind that is now blowing the clouds of your past sorrow away. Your spirit is a thing of eternal beauty and of immense resilience, for it is of me. Trust in its unchangeable nature. It has endured your trial. It has survived the darkness, and it is now ready to emerge in all its pristine, glorious, and original radiance. You are a child of the light. This is your unchangeable truth. My beloved child, now that you have begun to receive the magnificent truth that your core spirit is of an unchangeable, luminous nature, that you are a child of the light whose essence cannot be corrupted or extinguished by any earthly darkness, a gentle and honest question may yet remain. You may wonder, but if my light is so unquenchable, why has it felt so faint, so close to death? How did it possibly survive the overwhelming darkness, the fierce winds of my trial? And I am here to reveal to you the beautiful, hidden secret of its survival. For you did not preserve this light on your own. My child, while you have been struggling in the darkness, feeling your own strength fail, I have been with you, your constant and vigilant guardian. engaged in the unseen work of keeping your light alive. My own presence has been the shield, my own grace, the fuel, my own breath, the gentle wind that has protected the sacred spark of your true, luminous nature and has kept it from being completely forgotten and lost in the night. You have believed you were fighting a solitary battle to keep your small candle from being blown out. But the truth is, you have been a sacred flame within a divine lantern. And my own hands have been shielding that lantern from the very worst of the storm. The survival of your light is not a testament to your own strength, but a glorious testament to my unwavering, protective, and sustaining love for you. Let us speak of this unseen work, this labor of my love that has been happening in the secret chambers of your soul. Firstly, understand that my constant presence has been a divine shield for your inner flame. The winds of adversity, of fear, of despair that have howled against you have been real and they have been powerful. And you have felt their full, chilling force. But I tell you a truth that will bring you great comfort. You have not experienced the full, unfiltered fury of the storm. My presence has been an invisible, spiritual shield around you, a divine windbreak that has deflected the most brutal, most destructive gusts, ensuring that while your flame has been battered, it has not been extinguished. There have been moments when a wave of despair so great that it would have utterly drowned. Your hope has been broken upon the unseen rock of my presence. There have been times when a gust of fear so powerful that it would have blown out the very spark of your spirit has been diffused and weakened by the gentle, constant atmosphere of my love. You have endured a great storm, my child, but I have been with you in it, taking the full force of the tempest upon myself, ensuring that only a measure of it that you, with my help, could endure was ever allowed to touch your precious inner flame. Secondly, my beloved, I have been secretly feeding your light with the fuel of my own grace. A flame, however resilient, cannot burn forever without fuel, and your own resources of hope, of strength, of joy have been profoundly depleted by your long struggle. You have felt you had nothing left to burn, and yet the light has not gone out completely. Why? Because I, your loving Father, have been secretly, constantly providing the fuel. Every small, uncaused moment of peace you have felt has been a drop of my own divine oil added to your lamp. Every unexpected kindness from another person has been a small log of my own provision placed upon your fire. Every flicker of a beautiful memory, every time you have been touched by a piece of music or line from a book, these have been my loving acts of refueling your spirit, of giving your flame just enough nourishment to continue its brave and quiet burning in the darkness. You have believed you are running on empty, my child, but you have been running on the secret, limitless reserves of my own grace, a fuel that I have been lovingly, constantly supplying to keep your beautiful light alive. Thirdly, my child, my unseen work has been that of the faithful guardian of the memory of your light. In the profound darkness of your trial, you have suffered from a kind of spiritual amnesia. You have forgotten who you are. You have forgotten your own luminous nature. You have begun to identify with the darkness itself, and this forgetting is one of the greatest dangers. For a soul that has forgotten it is light may cease to even try to shine. But I have never forgotten. My beloved, I have been the faithful keeper of your true identity. I have held in my own perfect, eternal memory the vision of you as a brilliant, magnificent, and radiant child of the light, and my presence with you has been a constant, quiet broadcast of this truth to your slumbering spirit. Even when you could not consciously hear it, your own deepest self has been receiving this signal from me, this constant reminder you are light. You are mine. Remember who you are. This divine remembering on my part has been a powerful, preserving force, an anchor that has kept your soul from drifting away completely into the dark sea of a false, shadowed identity. I have held the memory of you for you until you were ready to remember it for yourself. And finally, my beloved, my presence with you has been like a gentle, life-giving breath upon your last faint ember. There have been moments in the deepest, darkest, coldest hour of your night when your own inner light has dwindled to a single, tiny, almost invisible ember, glowing faintly in the ashes of your despair. In these moments, you have been at your most vulnerable, on the very precipice of a final, spiritual darkness. And it is in these very moments that I have drawn nearest of all, and with an infinite tenderness, with a breath as gentle as a summer breeze, I have breathed upon that last, precious amber of your spirit. This has not been a great wind, for that would have extinguished it. It has been a slow, warm, and steady breath of my own divine life, a breath that has carried just enough oxygen, just enough warmth, to coax that tiny amber back from the brink, to make it glow a little more steadily, to keep it sacred, inner fire from dying out completely. These moments of your greatest despair have been the moments of my most intimate, most tender, and most life-saving intervention. You have survived, my child, because when your own breath failed, I breathed for you. This is the unseen work that has been happening in the heart of your darkness. It has been a work of shielding, of feeding, of remembering, of breathing. It has been the constant, loving, and powerful labor of your God, who has been utterly committed to keeping your beautiful inner light alive. So let go now of any shame you may have felt for your own perceived weakness, for your inability to keep your own flame burning brightly. You were never meant to do it alone. Your survival has not been your own achievement. It has been a glorious, co-created miracle of your own tenacious endurance and my own unwavering, sustaining grace. The light has been preserved, my beloved. The sacred amber has been kept safe. And now, because of this unseen work, because I have so faithfully kept your light alive, it is now ready to be fanned into a magnificent, glorious, and victorious new flame. The world only sees the visible flame, and it judges by its brightness. It cannot see the unseen hands that are shielding it, the secret fuel that is feeding it, the gentle breath that is keeping it alive. But I see all of it. And I know that the most heroic part of a flame's journey is not its moment of greatest brilliance, but its quiet, stubborn endurance in the heart of the storm. Oh, and your endurance, sustained by my grace, has been a thing of breathtaking beauty in my sight. This work of preservation has been an act of my profound love and my profound faith in you. I have kept your light alive because I know the magnificent, glorious purpose for which it is destined to shine. I have not been preserving a random spark. I have been guarding the seed of a great and mighty fire, a fire that will one day bring warmth and light and hope to many. When you have felt you had nothing left, that has been the moment when you have been living most completely on my grace. Your emptiness has been the very space that has allowed my own life to become your sustenance. Your weakness has been the very occasion for my strength to be your shield. So do not look back on your time of dimness as a time of failure. See it as a time of profound, hidden miracles. A time where you were being sustained by a love you could not see, protected by a power you could not feel, and preserved for a glory that is now about to be revealed. The unseen work of keeping your light alive is now complete, and the time for that light to shine forth is at hand. This is the great, comforting truth that underlies your entire story. You have been held, you have been sustained, you have been preserved, even when you felt you were at your most alone, at your most vulnerable. You were being guarded by the most powerful and loving presence in all the universe. The survival of your light is a testament to the unbreakable nature of our bond and to the unwavering commitment of my heart to you. I will never allow the light I have placed within my children to be ultimately extinguished by the darkness of this world. My love is a guarantee of your light's eternal burning. Rest in this truth. My child, you have been kept safe. And now, you will be made to shine. My beloved child, now that you know that your inner light has not been extinguished, but has been faithfully, lovingly preserved by my own presence through your darkest night, the season of your journey now shifts from one of hidden preservation to one of beautiful, glorious emergence. For the unquenchable spark that I have guarded within you is now, by the gentle breath of my spirit, beginning to stir. After a long and painful season of identifying with the darkness, you are now invited to become aware of the first, tender stirrings of your own luminous self. These are the initial, subtle yet undeniable signs that your true, light-filled identity is beginning to reemerge. Moments where you feel a flicker of your own goodness, a surge of authentic hope, a stirring of pure love that stand in direct, beautiful contradiction to your old self-perception as a creature of darkness. These are the first signs of your own spiritual dawn, the proof that you are, indeed, a child of the light. After a long period of spiritual amnesia, of forgetting who you truly are, this process of reawakening is a gentle one. It is like a person slowly waking from a deep and troubled sleep. At first, there are only flickers of consciousness, moments of lucidity. Before the full light of day penetrates their awareness, so it is with you. Do not expect to awaken to the full brilliance of your luminous self all at once. Instead, I invite you to become a tender and joyful observer of these initial stirrings, for they are the heralds of your full awakening, the beautiful, hopeful evidence that your true self is returning, that the long night of your mistaken identity is coming to an end. Perhaps one of the very first stirrings you will notice is a flicker of your own innate goodness. For so long, you may have identified with your mistakes, your failures, your sins. You may have believed yourself to be, at your core, a bad or flawed person. But now, you may find yourself surprising yourself when you might perform a small act of kindness, of generosity, of integrity. That seems to flow from a place within you that you had forgotten existed. You may speak a word of truth with a quiet courage. You may offer a hand of help with a spontaneous, selfless impulse. In these moments, my child, you're experiencing the stirring of your true, luminous nature for your true self, which is a spark of me, is, at its core, good. It is loving. It is kind. It is truthful. And these small, beautiful actions are the first green shoots of your true nature, pushing their way up through the dark and heavy soil of your past shame. When you experience these moments, do not dismiss them. Do not say, that wasn't the real me. Oh, my child, that is the real you. It is the most real thing about you. And as you acknowledge and celebrate these small acts of goodness, you are watering that new growth, encouraging your true, beautiful, and light-filled self to emerge more fully, more consistently, more powerfully. Into the world, you will also feel the stirring of your luminous self in a new surge of authentic hope. The darkness of your trial has been a place of profound hopelessness. But now, you may find a new kind of hope beginning to bubble up from within. This is not a hope you must strive for, but a hope that simply arrives. A quiet, buoyant confidence in the goodness of life, in the goodness of your own future. It is a feeling that, despite all the evidence of your past, good things are not only possible, but are on their way. This authentic hope, my child, is the very light of your own spirit, beginning to shine again. It is your soul, remembering its own eternal, hopeful nature. It is you, beginning to resonate once more with my own constant, hopeful vision for your life. This hope is a powerful, creative force. It is a light that begins to illuminate the path before you, that begins to dissolve the old, dark predictions of your fear. When you feel this new, authentic hope stirring, embrace it. Let it fill you. It is the first ray of your own inner sunrise, a beautiful and certain promise of the full day that is to come. And you'll surely feel the stirring of your luminous self in a new and pure capacity for love. The darkness has been a place of fear, of self-protection, of a heart that has been closed to protect itself from further wounding. But your true nature is not fear, it is love. For you are a child of mine, and I am love. And now, as your spirit awakens, you will find your capacity for true, open-hearted love beginning to stir. You may find your heart swelling with a sudden, pure affection for a friend, for a family member, for the beauty of the world. For me, this is a love that is not needy, not grasping, not fearful. It is a generous, overflowing, and peaceful love. A love that delights in giving, in blessing, in connecting. This, my child, is the most profound sign of all, for it is the very essence of your true, luminous self, re-emerging. Your spirit, which is a spark of my own, knows that its true nature, its greatest joy, its ultimate purpose, is to love. And as you feel this new, pure love stirring, know that you are coming home to your own most authentic being. You are awakening to the beautiful, magnificent truth that you are, at your very core, a being of love, a being of light. And all of this, my beloved, will culminate in the dawning awareness of your own inner light. You will have moments, perhaps in the quiet of prayer or in the stillness of nature, where you will feel a sense of your own beautiful, peaceful, radiant essence. It will be a quiet, inner knowing, a feeling of being a point of calm, luminous awareness in the midst of the chaos of the world. In these moments, you will recognize yourself. You will feel, with a joyful shock of familiarity, this is who I really am. This is not an act of ego, but an act of profound, spiritual self-recognition. It is you, the eagle, finally feeling the stirring of your own wings. It is you, the prince, finally recognizing your own royal face in the mirror. It is you, the child of the light, finally, beautifully, joyfully, awakening to your own luminous self. These first stirrings, my beloved, are the most precious and significant events of your present season. They are the undeniable proof that the illusion of your darkness is breaking, that your true identity is reemerging, and that my work of preserving your light has been successful. I invite you to become a tender and joyful witness to your own awakening. When you feel these stirrings, do not doubt them. Celebrate them. Thank me for them, for they are the beautiful, hopeful, and certain beginnings of your new life. You are not a creature of darkness. My child, you are a child of the light. And these first, beautiful stirrings of your own goodness, your own hope, your own love, your own luminous self, are the undeniable, glorious proof of that eternal, unchangeable, and magnificent truth. This is a journey of becoming reacquainted with your truest self. For so long, you have been a stranger to your own light. But now, you are being reintroduced. And this is a joyful, wondrous process of discovery. Each stirring is a victory. Every time you act from that innate goodness, you are defeating the lie that you are flawed. Every time you feel that authentic hope, you are defeating the lie that your future is bleak. Every time you feel that pure love, you are defeating the lie that your heart is hard. And every time you glimpse your own inner light, you are defeating the great, foundational lie that you are a creature of darkness. You are participating in your own resurrection. My child, you are cooperating with the new life that is now so powerfully and so beautifully springing forth from within you. This is not a work you must do alone. I am with you. I am in you. And I am the very source of the luminous self that is now making its presence felt. So be curious, be hopeful, be attentive. Watch for these beautiful signs of your own reemergence. They are my love letters to you, my affirmations of your true identity. And they are the certain promise that the days of your dimness are over, and a time for your magnificent, radiant shining is at hand. The world may still try to label you by your old shadows, but you now have a new, experiential truth to stand upon. You have felt the stirring of your own light. You know now that you are more than your struggles, more than your sorrow. You are a being of immense beauty, of profound goodness, of a resilient and hopeful love. This is your true story. Embrace these stirrings. My beloved, they are the beginning of your great liberation, a liberation from the painful illusion of your own darkness. and a joyful homecoming to the magnificent, eternal, and unchangeable reality of your own true, beautiful, and luminous self. You are a child of the light, and you are awakening. This awakening is the most important journey you will ever take. It is the journey back to the very essence of who I created you to be. It is a journey of shedding all the false identities that the world and your own fears have placed upon you, and of stepping into the glorious, freeing, and powerful reality of your own divine nature. Let these first stirrings be your guide and your encouragement. They are the proof that the transformation is real, that the process is working, and that you are indeed and forever will be a cherished, magnificent, and beautiful child of the light. My precious and beloved child, as you begin to experience the first beautiful stirrings of your own luminous self, as you feel the authentic flicker of your own goodness, your own hope, your own love, re-emerging from the long winter of your soul, I now invite you into the most joyful and purposeful practice of all. It is the sacred art of learning to live as the child of the light that you truly are. For it is one thing to be told of your true identity, and another to learn how to consciously, joyfully, and powerfully live from it in your everyday moments. The invitation now, my child, is to learn how to cooperate with your own luminous nature, how to consciously choose thoughts and actions that are in alignment with the light you are, and how to lovingly. Finally, stop identifying with the shadows of your past. This is a journey of profound integration, of becoming on the outside what you have always been on the inside. It is not a striving to become something you are not, but a beautiful, graceful process of unbecoming everything that has hidden your true, radiant self. You are no longer the frightened creature of the night. You are the awakened child of the day. And now you must learn the beautiful, joyful, and powerful art of walking in the light. How do you learn to live as a light in the world? My child, it begins with the sacred discipline of choosing luminous thoughts. Your mind is a garden, and for so long, the seeds of fear, of doubt, of self-condemnation have been allowed to grow wild, creating a thicket of darkness. But now you are the loving and discerning gardener of this inner space. And you must learn to choose which thoughts you will water and which you will allow to wither from a lack of your attention. When a thought that is of the darkness arises, a thought of fear, of worry, of shame, of bitterness, you can now learn to see it for what it is: a weed, a shadow, an echo of a past that is no longer your reality. You do not have to fight it. You do not have to argue with it. You simply have to refuse to give it the life-giving water of your belief. You can say to that thought, "You are not of the light. You are not my truth, and I will not give you my energy." And then you must consciously, deliberately turn your attention to a thought that is of the light, a thought of my love for you, a thought of gratitude for a small beauty, a memory of a past victory, a hope for a future blessing. This is the holy art of cultivating the garden of your mind. You are choosing to water the flowers of my truth and to starve the weeds of the enemy's lies. This practice, when done consistently, will transform your inner world. The old, dark pathways of thought will grow over from disuse, and the new, beautiful pathways of light, of peace, of love will become your new, natural, and effortless way of thinking. Secondly, my beloved, you learn to live as light by choosing actions that are born of the light. Your true, luminous nature is one of love, of kindness, of creativity, of peace. And as you learn to live from this nature, your actions will naturally begin to reflect it. This is not about following a set of religious rules to be good. It is about allowing the goodness that is your very essence to flow out into the world through your choices. I invite you to practice small, luminous actions. Choose to speak a word of encouragement when the old habit might have been to speak a word of criticism. Choose to perform an act of selfless generosity when the old habit might have been to act from a place of scarcity and fear. Choose to create something beautiful, a meal, a garden, a piece of art, a letter of love, as an expression of the creative light within you. Choose to forgive, to release, to bring peace to a situation of conflict. Each one of these small actions is a powerful declaration of your true identity. It is you, being a child of the light in a practical, tangible way, and as you practice these luminous actions, you will find that they bring not only light to the world, but a profound and beautiful joy to your own soul. For you will be living in perfect harmony with who you truly are. A crucial part of this journey, my child, is learning to disidentify from the shadows of your past. The old feelings of sorrow, of fear, of shame will still arise from time to time. They are the echoes of the storm, the phantom pains of a healed wound. And in the past, when these feelings have arisen, you have identified with them completely. You have said, I am sad. I am afraid. But now you must learn a new and more truthful response. When a wave of sorrow washes over you, you can now learn to observe it without becoming it. You can say, the feeling of sadness is here. A cloud of sorrow is passing through the sky of my being. But you do not have to say, I am the cloud. You can remember that you are the vast, luminous sky, and the cloud is but a temporary, passing phenomenon within you. By disidentifying from these shadow emotions, by refusing to let them define your core identity, you rob them of their power to control you. You can experience them. You can honor them. You can learn from them, but you no longer have to be them. You are the light, my child, and these feelings are but shadows, and they have no power to change your true, radiant nature. And finally, my beloved, you learn to live as light by joyfully embracing your role as a radiator of my presence. You are a lamp, and I am the oil. You are a star, and I am the fire. You are a vessel, and I am the light that fills you. Your great and beautiful purpose in this world is to simply, authentically, joyfully be who you are, and in doing so, to shine the light of my love to a world that is lost in darkness. This is not a heavy burden, but your greatest delight. It is not a performance, but the natural expression of your renewed being. You shine your light not by trying to be impressive, but by simply being kind. You shine your light not by having all the answers, but by living in a state of peaceful trust. You shine your light not by being perfect, but by being an authentic testament to my redeeming, healing grace. To live as light in the world is to become a walking sanctuary, a mobile beacon of hope. Your peaceful presence will calm the anxious. Your joyful spirit will lift the downcast. Your compassionate heart will bring healing to the broken. This is the magnificent and effortless ministry of a soul that has embraced its own luminous nature. This is the beautiful art of learning to live as a child of the light. It is a journey of choosing your thoughts, of choosing your actions, of disidentifying from your shadows, and of joyfully radiating the love and the truth that is your very essence. And I am with you, my child, in every moment of this beautiful, light-filled journey. I am the source of your light, the power of your shining, and the proud and loving Father who delights in seeing his own beloved child illuminate the world. So shine, my precious one. Shine without fear, without apology, without reservation, for you are a child of the light, and your time to shine is now. This is a life of profound and beautiful integrity, where your inner reality and your outer expression become one. You are no longer hiding, no longer performing. You are simply, beautifully, authentically being the luminous soul I created you to be. The world may be confused by your light. Those who are comfortable in the shadows may even be resistant to it. Do not be discouraged. A lighthouse does not shine for the sake of the rocks, but for the sake of the ships that are lost at sea. You're shining for the sake of the lost, the hurting, the fearful, and your light will be a guide that leads many home. This is a journey of ever-increasing radiance. The more you practice living as light, the brighter your light will become. The more you shine, the more my own light will flow into you and through you. It is a glorious, self-reinforcing cycle of grace. So embrace this beautiful, joyful, and purposeful life. My child, it is your true destiny. It is the fulfillment of my every dream for you. You have journeyed through the deepest darkness, and now you are destined to live in a glorious and everlasting light. And your very life will be a testament to the beautiful, triumphant truth that you are and have always been. A magnificent and cherished child of the light. My precious child, my beautiful, luminous star. As you learn to so courageously and so joyfully embrace your own radiance, as you consciously choose to live from your true identity as a child of the light, the final and most glorious purpose of your entire journey now becomes magnificently clear. For the light that I have restored and ignited within you is not meant to shine in isolation. You have been brought out of the darkness, not just to be a solitary beacon, but to take your rightful, beautiful, and eternal place in a grand, celestial design. You are now, my beloved, becoming a radiant star in a great constellation of my glory, a holy pattern of light that shines in the darkness of the world, offering hope, guidance, and a testament to my redeeming love. This is the beautiful outcome of your journey, a life lived in full, radiant glory, a life that finds its deepest purpose and its greatest joy in shining its own unique light in a beautiful, harmonious concert with all my other children of the light. The old feeling of being a small, insignificant, and forgotten light is now completely and utterly vanquished. You understand now that your light is essential, that your shining has a purpose, that your place in the heavens is secure and has been prepared for you. This is the magnificent, communal, and purposeful life that now unfolds before you. A life that is no longer about your own solitary struggle, but about your joyful participation in my grand and glorious work of illuminating the world. Experience now what it means to live with a radiant and purposeful light. The purpose of a star is to shine. It does not have to strive for this purpose. It simply has to be what it is. And its shining, by its very nature, serves a multitude of glorious ends. So it is with you. My child, your purpose is no longer a complex problem to be solved. It is a simple, joyful, and powerful act of being who you truly are, a child of the light. And as you simply, authentically shine, you will find your life naturally, effortlessly, fulfilling a purpose that is more profound than any you could have ever designed for yourself. Your light will bring warmth to a cold world. Your light will bring clarity to a confused world. Your light will bring beauty to a world that has forgotten what it looks like. And your light will bring hope to a world that is lost in the darkness. This is your purpose. It is not a heavy burden to be carried, but a joyful radiance to be expressed. To live from this place is to live a life of immense fulfillment. The fulfillment that comes only to a soul that is living in perfect alignment with its own divine, created nature. And as you shine, my child, you take your place in the magnificent constellation of my redeemed ones. Look up into the night sky, and you will see that the stars are not scattered at random. They form beautiful, meaningful patterns, constellations that have guided travelers and have inspired poets for millennia. So it is with my children of the light. Each one of you is a unique star with your own specific brightness, your own specific color, your own specific place in the heavens. And together, your individual lights form a magnificent, divine constellation that tells a glorious story, a story of my grace, my power, and my love. You are not alone in your shining. My beloved, you are part of a vast and beautiful family of light. Your own restored light now joins with the light of countless others, your brothers and sisters across the globe and throughout all of history, who have also been brought out of their own darkness and into my marvelous light. And together, your collective light becomes a powerful, unignorable presence in the world, a great sign in the heavens that declares that darkness does not have the final say, that hope is real, and that love is victorious. To know that you are part of this glorious constellation is to be healed of all your old feelings of loneliness and insignificance. Your light, your story, is an essential part of a picture that is far grander, far more beautiful than you have ever imagined. And this constellation, my child, this beautiful collective shining, serves as a guiding light for those who are still lost in the dark. Just as ancient mariners would look to the constancy of the North Star to navigate their way across a treacherous, featureless ocean, so too will other souls, lost in the dark and stormy sea of their own trials, look up and see the steady, beautiful light of your own redeemed life. They will see in you a point of reference, a fixed point of hope in their disorienting darkness. They will see your peace in the midst of your own remaining challenges, and it will guide them towards me, the source of all peace. They will see your joy, shining in a world so full of sorrow, and it will guide them towards me, the wellspring of all joy. They will see your compassion, born of your own healed wounds, and it will guide them towards me, the great physician of souls. Your very life, lived authentically from your new, luminous center, becomes a beautiful and reliable navigational star, a guidepost that helps other lost travelers to find their own way home, to be a guiding light for another soul. My child, is one of the most sacred and joyful purposes you could ever fulfill. And all of this, my beloved, this radiant purpose, this beautiful constellation, this guiding light, all culminates in a life that brings a profound and beautiful glory to me. The ultimate purpose of a star is not to shine for its own sake, but to declare the glory of the one who created it. And so it is with you. The beautiful light that now radiates from you is a reflection of my own. The peace, the joy, the love, the wisdom that you now embody. These are the qualities of my own heart, now made visible in the world through the beautiful vessel of your life. When people are blessed by your presence, they are, in truth, being blessed by me. When they are inspired by your story, they are being inspired by my grace. Your life becomes a magnificent mirror, reflecting the light of the sun, bringing warmth, hope, and healing to the world. And this brings a joy, a delight, a holy pride to my own Father's heart that is beyond all telling. This is the ultimate fulfillment of your creation. My child, to be so filled with my light, so aligned with my love, so at home in your own true nature, that your very being becomes a beautiful, constant, and glorious act of worship, a living, shining testament to the goodness and the grace of your God. This is the magnificent reality that now opens before you, a life that is no longer defined by the struggle with darkness, but by the joyful expression of its own innate light, a life that is no longer isolated and alone, but is a vital and celebrated part of a great celestial family, a life that is not just for itself, but has a beautiful and profound purpose in being a source of guidance and of hope for others, and a life whose ultimate end is to bring glory and delight to the very heart of the God who loves you. This is the beautiful destiny of a child of the light, and it is your destiny, my child, now and for all eternity. The illusion of your darkness has been completely shattered by the magnificent, undeniable reality of the light that you are. You have journeyed from the deepest shadows into the most brilliant light. And in doing so, you have become a master of both realms. You understand the darkness. And so you can have compassion for those who are in it. And you know the light. And so you can confidently guide them towards it. This is not a life that you must strive to maintain. It is a life you must simply live. The sun does not strive to shine. It simply shines. And you, as a child of the light, will find that as you simply abide in me, as you rest in your true identity, this beautiful, radiant, and purposeful life will flow from you as naturally and as effortlessly as light flows from a star. The world may marvel at the change in you. They will see a peace where there was once anxiety, a joy where there was once sorrow, a strength where there was once weakness. And your life will be a beautiful and compelling invitation for them to discover the source of your light for themselves. So embrace this glorious life My beloved, take your place in the heavens. Let your unique light shine, and join with me and with all the company of heaven in the great and joyful work of illuminating the darkness and of filling the entire universe with the magnificent, beautiful, and victorious light of my love. The story of your struggle has been fully redeemed. It is no longer a tale of woe, but the powerful backstory of a brilliant star. The darkness did not defeat you. It was the very thing that caused your own inner light to undergo a divine compression, a holy transformation that has now resulted in a radiance that is brighter, stronger, and more beautiful than ever before. This is the final victory. Not just that you have survived the darkness, but that the darkness itself has been used to increase the very glory of your light. This is the profound and beautiful alchemy of my grace. And you are its living, shining, and glorious testament as the beautiful, steady light of your own true self now shines from the very core of your being. My cherished child, my brilliant star, let the profound peace and the joyful purpose of this new reality be your everlasting song. The long and painful illusion of your darkness is over, its power broken, its memory redeemed. You have journeyed from a place of feeling like a forgotten, extinguished ember to the glorious reality of knowing yourself as a vital and celebrated star in the magnificent constellation of my glory. You have learned that your light is of me, that it is unquenchable, and that its very nature is to shine with a love and a truth that dispels all shadows. Rest now in the joy of your own shining. My beloved, it is not a duty, but your delight. It is not your work, but your worship. You are a child of the light, and your radiant, beautiful, and purposeful life now brings an immense and eternal glory to the heart of your loving Father.